The penny has been around since the year 1793 and has outlived its value in many different countries around the world. Now, it is time for America to get rid of the penny. The penny is a completely useless coin that wastes everyone's time. Please do not be like the grandma at Kroger who holds up the line because she is paying with all change. We live in a new generation today, a generation where the penny is too slow and completely useless. It is time to move on without the penny. Uh, I'll be talking to you today about what makes the penny useless, why it wastes time in your life, and finally, the many other countries that have already successfully abolished the penny. Now, first off, like I said previously, the penny is a completely useless coin. It is so useless, in fact, that it actually costs more to produce the penny than it's actually worth. According to Justin O'Neill in his article on America's most controversial coin. Now, in 2014, the U.S. shipped out more pennies than they did dimes, nickels, and quarters together, for over 7.9 billion total coins. That adds up to a loss of 55 million total dollars for the U.S. government in that year alone. No, that's bad. Now, most people treat pennies with such disrespect already, throwing them whichever way. Why not get rid of them? I mean, they will just end up behind your couch, in a jar, in your drawer, or just plain lost and forgotten about. So, why not just use that same zinc and copper used to create pennies for items that we do use, things such as laptops, batteries, washing machines, sunscreen, etc. You name it. But a penny itself cannot buy a single thing in today's world. In previous generations, you could potentially buy something with a penny, something small like candy or Tootsie Roll. But in today's world, there is absolutely nothing you can buy with just a penny. Next, let's discuss how and why a penny wastes your time. Now, paying with change in general wastes everyone's time. According to author Amy Livingston, Americans spend on average 2.4 hours per year handling pennies, counting them, sorting them for things like change, but the penny adds up to 2 seconds to each transaction on average, which is less than the value of your time and the value of everyone's time behind you. So nowadays, when you pay for something, people have credit cards and debit cards, quick and easy transaction with just one swipe. But pro penny supporters who want to keep the penny have the biggest problem with the 5 cent increase prices potentially when paying with cash. But since we are in such a technically advanced society, we do have credit and debit cards, so that 5 cent increase wouldn't even matter because you can still pay the original penny price with a credit card. You can still have 1 cent. Just when you pay with cash, you will have that 5 cent increase. But many Americans, including former President Obama, do think it is a good idea to just flat out get rid of the penny altogether. But finally, let's discuss other countries that have successfully abolished the penny. Those countries include Australia, Fiji, New Zealand, Singapore, etc. But Canada, a country much like our own in many ways, successfully got rid of the penny in the year 2012. So they recently took that next step of improving their society and their change by getting rid of the penny. But now, pro-penny supporters complain about the history of the penny and think that it would be unpatriotic to get rid of Abraham Lincoln and his face on the penny. But meanwhile, the U.S. government and the U.S. military have actually already begun to not use the coin overseas. So unpatriotic, I don't think so. You can't get more unpatriotic or patriotic than the U.S. military. So if you are a pro-penny supporter, don't worry. Abraham Lincoln and his shiny face will still be there. They will be on the $5 bill, him and his monument will, so he won't be going anywhere. But now what happens when the government decides to stop production of a coin and decides to abolish it, you might ask? Actually, it pretty simple. I mean, just over time it happens, really. Just people do what they usually do with pennies once they stop making them. They just keep throwing them, keep saving them, keep tossing them, keep losing them. And over time, just the cycle of coins, the cycle of pennies will just dwindle down until you can't, the penny is just useless like it already is, basically. So as it is right now, though, thanks to inflation, the penny is currently losing value every single year, even though it is already worth less than it is made for. So, to conclude, the penny has outlived its value in America's society and is completely useless. Now, we are in a different generation today, and generation that requires speedy, more faster things. So the penny is just too slow for us. It is time to move on and get rid of the penny. So thank you.